There's nothing more heartwarming than a sweet reunion story. This one takes place between a soldier and a pup that he met in Iraq. The two were separated when the soldier came back home. However, he couldn't stop thinking about the dog that brought him comfort. Then, the biggest surprise was arranged. Nick Przchalski was a medevac pilot for the United States Army. Nick was sent off to Iraq, where he flew Black Hawk helicopters. He was responsible for saving the lives of many wounded soldiers as he would fly them off to safety. Nick was happy that he could save so many soldiers' lives. However, the nature of war was really beginning to take a toll on him. His confidence was beginning to get low, and he needed a pick-me-up. That's when he met a miracle.
Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now back to the story.
Just when Nick was feeling the lowest, he came across a shepherd mix puppy. He fell in love with her instantly and named her Aries. The way they met was incredibly sweet. The stray puppy had run up to Nick and his fellow soldiers and introduced herself. They all began playing with her as she was incredibly friendly. Nick was so happy to have her around. All of the men and women in the hangar were much happier with Aries around. She increased the morale of everyone around, and Nick even went so far as to build her a kennel. That way Aries could have a home with all of the soldiers. It brought great morale to me, and the whole group felt like a piece of home, Przchalski told Fox 13 News.
I didn't do any leash training with her over there, but she would stay with us.
Then something heartbreaking occurred. In March 2017, Nick was ready to leave Iraq and return home to Brooksville, Florida. It was heartbreaking for him to have to part ways with Aries after getting so close. Nick never stopped thinking about her. So Nick came up with a genius idea. He wanted to officially adopt Aries and bring her back home with him to Florida.
Everybody I talked to, my fellow members in the military, were like, you need to bring that dog home.
However, he would need some help on his mission. So Nick went to get help from SPCA International. SPCA International runs a program called Operation Baghdad Pups. The program works to reunite soldiers with dogs that they connected with while fighting overseas. So the SPCA International group got down to tracking down Aries. They worked very hard on the case and finally tracked her down. Then it was time to send her over on a plane to the United States. The duo spent 3 months apart after Nick left for Florida. Now his dreams were coming true as Aries was being sent over to him. The day she was set to arrive, Nick drove into Tampa International Airport to wait for her. Fox 13 News covered the heartwarming reunion on live news. The reporter and Nick both watched keenly as one of the airport security employees rolled over a crate. Inside of the crate was Aries. Nick was beyond excited to finally see Aries. In fact, he couldn't wait for her to be released from the crate, so he crouched over to the opening and said hello to his old pal. Aries was immediately excited. Aries was so excited as soon as she saw and heard Nick speaking. She immediately began to wag her tail with happiness and excitement. Then, it was time to open the crate for the real reunion to commence. As soon as Nick opened up the cage, Aries jumped out and right into his arms. Her tail wouldn't stop wagging, not even for a second. The two of them were in their own world, and it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I can't even put it in words. I really can't. You know, I didn't think I was going to get her home, and
Nick says,
she remembers. That was my big nervous thing that she wouldn't remember, but she obviously does.
Everyone at the airport watching the reunion was brought to tears. It was such a special moment shared between man and dog. It is amazing that after all this time, Aries never forgot about Nick. When asked what he was most excited about, Nick stated that he couldn't wait to bring Aries to her new home with him.
I'm excited for her reactions of seeing nothing but desert to having a yard of grass and trees, being able to run after squirrels.
Since Aries has grown up in the desert, she's only known a life of sand and gravel. Now, living with Nick, she'll get to enjoy a living environment so different from the one she's used to. Nick is happy to be able to give her a better life. It is amazing to see the special bond shared between Nick and Aries. Even though they spent months apart, these two didn't miss a beat when they were finally reunited. What a sweet story.
If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.